Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another edition of Living World of Darkness in Zooster City. Excuse me, one second. This is Sabat. This is Sabat Dinner Theater. If you came here for, fairies or demons or true love nonsense, you've come to the wrong goddamn video. I am very sorry to say. If you would like to go ahead and exit out your browser right now, that's fine by me, although the several tabs of porn may miss you. In any case, we begin the scene quite justly with James Grant, Bishop Chunk. They have heavy, heavy bags over their backs as they are preparing themselves for another thieving adventure, simply because whenever they get bored, they tend to steal things. Not all the time, but often when they are bored, they have taken to honing their skills at least. James Grant certainly abusing his gifts of the blood in every sense of the word, and a little bit of backhand knowledge of larceny systems, and Chunk being Chunk. They are currently walking down a highway a little bit outside of the city proper, and they're currently traveling towards a quickie mark, a super quickie mark. It's a supermarket with all the fancy things inside of it. It doesn't only cater to grocery store, it's also a bit of a everything store for the lower class to get the best prices on all the merchandise and retail items that they would possibly want. And we begin the scene simply there.
I don't know, man. I just hope we can get some fucking solid leads on these hunter bastards. Get things a little bit more. Now, it's a good excuse to stop the young ones going absolutely fucking ape shit. I understand there are times, I can understand Alice's point of view and well, fuck is it, Dan or Dean or whatever the fuck it is. They've got to get that violent streak out. That's fair enough. But in the long term, best to be discreet. Makes it harder for them if they ever try and come back. Because there's always going to be more hunters.
Yeah, there's always going to be some asshole that's going to kill you. If you're discreet about it, if nobody knows that you're around, hey, they can't get at you.
Yeah.
Well, good old Bishop Chunk and good old Mr. Graham make their way to this super quickie mart. They can hear someone or something wrestling inside a car and someone speaking on a very soft, quiet tone to other person. Basically going like, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry about this, but I need to subsist. I'm sorry. I will always keep in my mind. And then silence.
Well, James is simply going to go ahead and pop his Auspex, heighten senses hearing, and listen to this little bit of commotion. He just sort of holds his hand up to Chunk and points into the direction that he hears the disturbance.
Chunk will start moving forwards a little once he's outside of sight. The shadow, like outside of common view, the shadows will start to move a bit closer to him, make him a little bit less obvious, and he's going to try and sneak up on the individual.
Good old Chunk can see that there is a young gentleman leaning over someone. He's not caring. He's not. His whole attention is concentrated on this poor lying hobo on the back of a car. Half of his body is out of the trunk and half is inside. And this gentleman seems to be in a very familiar position over the hobo, like he's biting the poor chap. And he's sobbing and
Are we in Time Bandit territory south of the river?
Yeah, I mean, we're South River. That's Time Bennett territory ever since, the Prometheans left.
Chunk, with his successes, is basically going to try and ambush this guy. So I got 3 successes on stealthing. Do you want to do your perception awareness?
Nah,
Alertness?
don't worry.
Okay.
He don't give a fuck.
So what Chunk is specifically going to try and do, I'll take the increased difficulty. He's going to specifically try and grapple you around the neck. Seeing that you're a vampire, he's actually going to tighten it enough that you won't actually be able to get air through your lungs, he hopes. So you therefore can't use domination, a bunch of other disciplines on him. So I'm just going to roll for him.
Yep.
James, for his part, is quickly going to take a opportunity to go ahead and pin the unfortunate man to the side of a car and just proceed to stare at him with this mesmerizing gaze. Just sit still.
Spending a willpower point. Difficulty 8. Ooh, was not needed. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to actually roll the extra dice from stealthing, so I'll just add those on too. Okay, that is 7 success in the call shot to grapple around the neck. So yeah, I don't think you're getting arrow. Like,
No.
yeah, he's just like, this is actually very precious. He's like, now, we don't like posters, and I don't even think I know who you are. Now, as you can see, and Chunk will extend his fangs and just kind of lightly nip Slyfield's ear. I could fucking have you right now, but we're gonna talk, okay? And I'm gonna give you a chance to explain yourself. But you try any kind of fuckery, well, either me or my buddy's gonna eat you, okay?
And as James Graham has gone ahead and pacified this man with spending a willpower, guessing that his own current willpower is rather low. Oh, all the successes to keep this man just still, just calm, just freeze, just don't move. As he's going to go ahead and look over to this new canine and lick his lips.
Now, my buddy's gonna ask you a question or two, and you're gonna tell him the truth. You're not gonna try and scream. You're not gonna try and run, because then we're definitely gonna know you're an enemy. And Chunk will just loosen up the grip, allowing air to go through. If your humanity's too high and you're just not used to this, you might be gasping for breath. Chunk squeezes it up.
He has a humanity of moderate level, so he will try to until he remembers his lungs aren't functioning from a few days now, and he was like, "I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't want any trouble. This is very new for me, and I'm sorry. I didn't want to. Please don't take me back. Don't take me back."
To his question, and he's still got it in his head around you. He's kind of turning you so you have to look into James's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He will look.
James is simply going to stay, not using any sort of mind trickery for the moment, and simply say, don't say a word. Just don't say anything. Just look into my eyes and think really hard. Kindred or Canite?
And he will look and go like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything.
What's your current willpower?
2, 4, 6, 8.
8? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Chunk's using empathy on you. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that because I did not want the boss to kill you. Lucky. Okay, there we go. 2 successes.
James Graham, currently get past your mind. He just sort of blunts into it quite painfully as he realizes that there's something wrong with you. You're either rather strong or you just can't be read. Kindred or Canite? Say it. Which one?
I don't know anything. And he will actually start losing some drops of blood through his eyes and go like, I just escaped a couple of days ago from there. Please please don't bring me back. I will be good.
It's okay. Where were you? I think you sounded throat.
I was in somewhere. I got bite and I woke up and I was on a building basement or something like that, and a guy came and he told me that I'm a vampire now, and he looked at me in the eyes and told me to do things for him, and I didn't want to do that to those poor people. I didn't want to, but he, I don't know.
Where you come from? What's your name?
And he will point to the highway or somewhere. I don't know. I just took the car. My name is Barnaby.
Okay, Barnaby. Just don't worry. Don't worry. We don't know where you came from, and we have no intention of letting you go or sending you back. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
The cold feeling that Barnaby will be feeling from Chunk will recede as he's stopping using obtenebration before he starts to loosen his grip. He's got his hands on his shoulders, but it's nowhere near as aggressive as it was moments before.
They told me a few things. And he's kind of starting to calm down. They told me I'm Malkavian.
Okay.
And the jailer he called himself the keeper of something, and
was he keeper of Elysium?
So something like that. A tall man with a blue suit and glasses, but he removed the glasses every time to look at my eyes, and then he told me to start doing things for him, and I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Well, my good buddy, my good pal, my lifelong friend, or my soon-to-be lifelong friend, congratulations. You escaped wherever you came from.
Sounds like you were a victim of the Camarilla.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's finer points on it, but when you get down to it, there's two main sects in these parts. There's the Camarilla, who kind of espouse fluffy-dwuffy Twilight bullshit, and then there's the Sabbat. We are more pragmatic, and we've got more of a, well, some might call it a religious bent, but we're just facing facts. But
seems like you got caught by some Cami slavers. Do you know what they would have done to you if you had stayed in that little prison, if you hadn't escaped?
I don't know.
He goes ahead and grabs Barnaby by his lapels. Well, let me go ahead and tell you. They would have made you drink and drink and drink until you were a mindless meat puppet, until you were just simply a slave to the whim, and they would continue to dominate you, continue to change the way you think and feel about them until eventually you would have no choice but to do their whims, not simply because you were given an option to. You would be given many options, but your very soul would have been changed irrevocably.
Yeah, this is a stressful situation for this poor guy, so difficulty 8. Few, I'm spending 1 willpower point. Whew. You see the guy going like his eyes are starting to go blank, and in the last second he shakes a little bit and no,
come back. Look at me.
And he will
You escaped. You're a survivor now. You got out of there. And you, my good sir, are in the hands of freedom fighters.
So,
We
so,
are
so,
freedom fighters. He's actually shaking you physically now. Freedom!
so you're not going to you're not going to take me for the car, right? I don't know that a car can do that to vampires.
No. You're with the Sabbat now. You're not a member yet. But if you prove yourself, you become one of us. And we have rules. There are privileges to being a member of the Sabbat. And Chunk's kind of going to let him turn on him. Chunk is very broad. The kind of like girth that comes with horrible health problems. He's also very tall. Even without the girth, comes with horrible health problems. He unhealthily tall and healthily wide. But Barnaby will see Chunko, and the thing about us is we don't. He's going to use awe, so I'm just going to double check exactly what I'm rolling for that now. So he's just kind of, let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. James is also going to be.
Oh yeah.
That's 5 success. You see now, in the Shabbat, anyone can climb any rank. I myself, James is one of my sires. He's one of the ones that made me. But because I proved myself and tested myself, I'm a bishop, which is a higher rank. But James does good work. He will soon become a priest of the noble pack, known as the Time Banished, for they will waste your time. But unlike in the Camarilla, we're not horde kings. Once you prove yourself enough, once you become a true member of the Sabbat, you will be able to see all, and you will be able to learn all, and you will be able to see the wonders and benefits, and we will share with you the power of the blood, the power they would fucking constrain from you. They would refuse to teach you, and you're actually seeing Chunk's eyes are beginning to glow. The shadowy tentacles are started like just not very far from his body, and the claws like, you can have this power, you can learn to defend yourself. When the next time one of those motherfuckers comes up to you, you can rip out his fucking throat. Better, you can sink your fangs into it, you can tear his soul asunder, and you can take his power for yours, because he is a filthy slave monger from the Camarilla, and you, if you prove yourself, will be a brother of Shabbat, and you will stand beside us. Do you wish to take your place? Do you wish to claim your destiny? Do you wish to be one of us?
And Barna will just drop in his knees and look at Chunk and go, yes, Bishop, I desire so.
At which point, James Graham will simply go ahead and walk behind Barnaby, go through one of his packs, and very, very subtly bring out a crowbar and just do a few practice swings into the air.
These will be trying times, but if you focus, if you prove your work, because we don't just hand out the invitation to everybody. Anybody gets the invitation, but who gets to join the party properly? Who gets to join the club? That is up to you. If you write down, if you do not flinch, if you do not oppose these things, we have many secrets we can teach you. Secrets behind the temporal, behind the physical. These are things that can come out to you, and these are things you'll be tested for in the next few days. Watch them.
And at the end of that rant, and the end of that speech, James Graham just goes ahead and says, "First lesson: life sucks." Boom.
Oh.
Swing as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah.
That's really, 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 really hard. Oh God.
And he will try to soak. Because
that was the hit roll, not the damage roll.
I know. Oh. This is going to hurt.
Yeah.
But it's bashing damage anyway, so hopefully you'll. Oh, okay. It's not too bad.
Okay. So that's 4, right?
Yeah.
And I soak only 1.
Boom! James Graham, with his phenomenal blood buff string, goes ahead and strikes you right across the head with his mighty crowbar. A piece of hair, some chunks go ahead and fly off into a random direction as he goes ahead and arcs it quite perfectly. Yeah!
As maybe He's a little bit drowsy on the ground. Chunk will put a foot on Barbie. Well, you ain't free yet, boy. The ticket's yours, the invitation has been sent, but you gotta claim that freedom by proving you're a badass motherfucker who deserves to be a true Shabbat. But unlike the Camarilla, you can claim that place here. Now let's get you in the back of the truck. It's like Chunk just like grabs his hands. Just dragging him along. Actually grabs his hand. See if the guy can get his head up and like...
Barnaby has just bunks on the ground, like bunk, 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 bunk.
James Graham all the while just going ahead and just banging his crow hammer into his hand. Again? That was really awesome.
I don't want to completely fuck up the poor guy. But I think you got the message. Pay the fucking attention. Because you ain't true Shabbat, even if you are. Crowbar's a crowbar.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he was trying to kill you anyway. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go rob some shit, so don't run. You can recover in the back. If you run, we'll find you.
Yeah.
But if you stay, that's the first step. The first step towards becoming a real boy, Pinocchio. And Chunk's gonna turn on the car.
Okay.
Moving away.
And when they are gone, the scene will end. Thank you, everyone.